Happy birthday, Princess Marley Daniel, Princess Eden Marley. Happy birthday. How the story goes, you hear things in your life. Everybody has this about their life. It sticks with you. It sticks with you, things you hear. One of the things I heard that stuck with me, just hanging around, getting around the city, getting around states and getting around towns, that one of the Bob Marley boys stayed in Plantation. Kamani Marley from Top Shotters. So in these last week or two, God led me to Plantation. I happen to be in Plantation right now. So I have some things going on with my system. I've created a new math. When you add Rita Marley, it equals Plantation. Now today I laid eyes on a beautiful princess. Right? So when I was in federal prison, I did a couple of years in federal prison for bank robbery. When I was in federal prison, I watched a documentary on Rita Marley, on Selassie. Right? So today I'm just scrolling on my Instagram and I see this beautiful princess, Eden Marley. She's the daughter of Rohan Marley. She played football for the Miami Hurricanes. So I came up off him, I grew up off him. That's when I was playing football and love football and love sports. So now I look around today, I'm like, I'm growing up, I'm like, Rohan Marley, he cool, that's a bad boy, that's Bob Marley's son. So time fly, 20, 30 years fly, 20 years fly. I'm like, damn, Rohan Marley. Yeah, that's Rohan Marley. That's all we got. Right? So my life has led me to this point to see, I'm a very powerful man. I don't like to brag. I'm the most powerful man in the world. I don't get a chance to normally say that. There's Rohan Marley's, Bob Marley's son. University of Miami. Used to play for the Hurricanes. That was big for us in Miami coming up. One of the Marley boys played for the Hurricanes, but you still like it's cool. But now you look back and you're like, damn, that was something, right? Then you realize he got a daughter. So me hopping and bouncing around like, wow. I don't have kids. I'm looking to get married. So I think I'm gonna marry her. Now how the story goes. I was saying about the story. Things come in your life that stick with you. So when I was watching a documentary in federal prison, I learned about Rita Marley. A good example, I learned about Rita Marley. When Bob Marley married Rita Marley, he didn't think, oh, people gonna learn about her. He just marrying his wife, he dating his wife, he making love, slapping her on the butt, having her cook for him. You never know a young guy was gonna say, I learned about Rita Marley in federal prison. Or a bunch of cartel drug dealers and 1,000-pound weed boaters. He never thought of that. So, as I was saying about Rohan Marley, this is what we got. This is all we got. And sometimes you don't realize that. So pay attention to this story. This is a true story. I don't want to focus on negativity. Something's going on right now. While the government is, I'll make a few $1 million. They are drawing the volume out on my phone so you can hear this. There was a nail print in the center of his hand. It was a nail print in the center of his hand. Talking about Selassie, who was God reincarnated on earth. So like I said, I end up in plantation. I have a company. God blessed me with a company. I'm going to be the richest man in the world easily using my system. So this conversation always stuck with me. And Kamani being from plantation always stuck with me. And use my system, Rita Marley equals 122 like plantation. And something else goes with Princess Marley Daniel. So I look on Instagram and I see this princess. I'm like, okay. Then I take a walk and I see it. And it all comes to me today. Before you realize it, you're like, you God on earth. Hold on, let me show you something. Let me show you guys something.
This appreciation of
yes, some people say he was
many years. You could not trust anybody else.
Say he was God on earth. Selassie, God reincarnated on earth. I believe. It's not far-fetched. Now you go, I scroll down Bob Marley page, you see this guy, this young dude. You say, whoa, this nigga will kill you. He'll kill you. That's Lauryn Hill's son. So how the story goes, back to the point I was making, I was in middle school when the Fugees came out. So I was listening to his mama. Now a kid does not take his mom, kids take their mom very serious. Kids take their mom very serious. And that's what I was saying. This is all we got. That's all I got. I came up off Lauryn Hill. So now, I would say I'm the best rapper or the best musician going on. So I know he heard wind of me. He heard of me. YG Marley. How can I say this? How can I say this? How can I say this? And like, so she could say, Lauren would say, he was listening to me. He was listening to me while he was in middle school. He was listening to your mom while he was in middle school. Oh, that's the point I was trying to make. This kid is saying the best rapper, the hardest MC was listening to his mom in middle school. So the whole point, I look at him, I say, who is this? This young nigga kill you. This is my first time seeing him. Oh, this is Lauryn Hill's son. Okay. Now, stories fly and you hear things, you feel things. And you're like, okay, but then the feedback comes saying, this is reality. He's growing up. Lauryn Hill cooks for him. Okay, you see him right there? That's the best rapper. He was listening to your mom in middle school. So back to the point, this is all we got. So my dilemma is, I know these things, but I don't get a chance to say them much. Before you realize it, you're God. People catch on, people don't. I think I got a princess today. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Princess Marley Daniel. Eden. And I have the big civil suit going on. A big case going on, the biggest case in America. So I think only family I would need a family lawyer and a family civil rights because it's billions of dollars involved. So hope to see you soon, baby. Much love, peace. I'll be piecing the story together. Just did it for the people, did it for the family, did it for a beautiful princess. Hope I impress you. Shout out Rohan, shout out Damien, shout out Junior Gone, shout out the Marley family, shout out everybody, much love. Peace. January 9th, 2019.